But I do an opening crack to start the episode. That's why I told you just to hold off on those.
Beautiful.
But
I will metaphorically crack.
Yeah,
Yes.
hell yeah.
You crack in your heart.
Should I make a noise with my mouth, or is that going to mess it up?
No, I think that'd be really funny.
Okay.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Beers with Bands podcast with your host, Michael Torres. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Beers with Bands. Very stoked. I know I go full YouTuber. It feels really weird.
No, I love it.
I probably will too.
But very stoked to have this band on the pod, and not only on the pod, but to do an in-person one. It's always fun to do in-person sessions. But I'm sitting down with Mary Jam. How y'all doing?
What's up?
Pretty
Doing good.
good.
Pretty good.
I know we have a lot to talk about. You just recently put out a new record, which is phenomenal, by the way. It's been a jam
Thank you
close
so
too.
much.
I mean, honestly, the three of you are singing, tugging at my heartstrings. You're talking about beer a lot of times. Obviously, Mopeds is a big in
I
my
love
life,
my
too,
moped.
which we'll get into as well. Yeah, everything is just super sick, and I'm very stoked.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Before we get too far, can you kind of go around the room and say who you are and what you do in Mary Jam?
Yeah. I'm Allie, she, her, in case anyone's wondering. And I play guitar and I yell. Sometimes on key and sometimes not on key.
I'm Katie, also she, her, and I play drums.
I'm Sophie, also she, her, and I play bass and sing backing vocals every now and then.
Just a bunch of she, hers hanging
Yeah.
out.
But y'all have been putting out sick stuff since like 2022, I think I saw, with the first single. I think that was like April 2022. I didn't write down the single name, but I know I put down 2022.
Devil likes to dance.
Yep.
And then you also have an EP out called Hello, My Name Is Not Mary, which I loved that. And then also the 40s for Algernon LP, which for anyone listening, if you haven't checked those out, please go do so. All of that shit rips.
Thank you.
You guys have been consistent the entire time. It's been sick.
Thank you.
It's been fun. It's definitely been a progression. I feel like every time, because we record everything except for 2 singles that we have out. Everything we record at home or like in our basement. It's definitely been like a progression as we learn what sounds awful and what doesn't sound awful.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun to see that.
Yeah, we've also moved up gradually. Well, I wasn't on the first EP, but
Yeah.
but I think I could still. I'll still say it. We've just added more, like, kind of more sort of production stuff
For
over
sure.
time. So the first EP, like, I think Allie, like, you guys did everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
mixed it and
Just the
mastered
two of
it
us.
and recorded it. Yeah, you
Yep.
did all of it. And
Yeah.
then the second one, 40s for Algernon, Allie mixed it, and then my husband Alec mastered it. And then we got vinyl, so that was like a little bit of a step up,
Yeah.
but also recorded in the basement. And then this last one, we finally bit the bullet and used a mixing engineer.
Huge win.
Which
Yeah.
was,
Expensive, but huge win.
honestly, a huge boon for our family. Like,
Yeah, saving the money for that was
Yeah.
worth it. Mixing can be fun, but I am not a mixing engineer by any means.
But to be able to like at least record at home is such a skill that
Yeah.
I feel like everyone has taken advantage of in like this new
Yeah.
modern era.
for sure.
And I say that to a lot of bands of like, hey, even if you don't all want to learn it, force one person to learn it or do something.
Yeah.
That's you.
I mean, we all play a big part in it, though, because we
Yeah.
all, like, at least with this EP, we took time to, like, figure out mic placement ahead of time.
Yes.
Another huge win, because we did not do that in the past.
Yeah.
And all that. So it definitely, I don't know, I feel like we all contribute to that
a little for
lot.
sure. I feel like you're the mastermind. You know the most.
Yeah,
I know the
think so.
most, but I also, like, I don't know, not I make them, but I feel like we put an emphasis on playing it right in the
Yeah.
takes, so we don't really cut stuff together, you know? I mean, vocals we cut together, because I can't sing very well. But, like, everything else, like, when we record the main tracks, there's really not many cuts at all. We do clean drums, clean bass, and get all, like, the main tracks set, so I feel like you guys do a lot with that.
Sometimes means doing a lot of takes.
Although, honestly, a lot of times it's only, like, 4.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
do like 4 takes of each song, and then we're like, number 3 was the best,
Yeah.
and then that's it. So
Yeah, you know, playing live a lot helps too with that,
Right.
because I feel like, I don't know, anytime you go from practice to like a live setting or a recording setting, like your nerves can really get you, and like I even still, you know, we can play it fine when we practice, and then when we go to record, I'm like, oh shit, I'm like messing stuff up because I'm.
Yeah, it's like a whole different skill
Yeah.
set.
Yeah,
a
it's
whole
like a slightly
set
different
of
skill
nerves.
set. But I feel like playing live a lot has really helped, like, I don't know, kind of mitigate that a little bit.
Is that repetition? Because like I know I talked to someone and they were on tour and they're like, we kind of toured and then went and recorded, which was kind of nice because you have all those days to kind of like get the bugs out,
yeah,
play
Yeah.
the songs over and over again, and then go
Totally.
in right into the studio
Yeah.
and kind of flush it all out.
Especially on tour, if you're playing the songs for like a week straight,
Yeah.
back
Yeah,
to
gosh,
back. Yeah,
That's just-
every single night.
Right.
That's just good practice.
And I think that's a huge thing. Like, I respect bands that can write an album, never play the songs live, and then record them, but
Yeah.
couldn't be me, because I don't know what works and what doesn't work until I play in front of people, and you notice a moment in the song when people are no longer interested. And when that happens, then you have the opportunity to change it before you record it
Right.
and kind of set what it's going to be. So playing the songs over and over in front of people before recording, I feel like, is a huge win.
It's like how comedians like field test
I
their
was just
material.
thinking-
Yeah, it's huge. Like, I could not save an EP or album's worth of songs and then record them and then start playing them.
Right.
I feel like playing them live is part of the writing process. Like, we'll play a song live before it's done. Like, we're like, I don't know
Yeah.
how this bridge is gonna go, and then we change it 5 times before.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dreaded bridge.
Oh my god, the bridge always the
Always
hardest
hard.
part of
Terrible to
writing a
write.
song.
Awful.
I think Katie, once somebody asked you what our writing process was like, and you were like, well, somebody brings an idea, and then we'll usually write like a B section of some sort, and then we write lyrics, and then the bridge takes 2 months.
Yes,
and then
always.
the song is done.
That's our process.
Yeah.
That's the process.
We have songs that are just dead in the water because we can never write a bridge.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've had a few ones that I was like, oh, this is like kind of cooking, it's kind of a good idea, but we just couldn't
We
make
can't get
a
it there.
bridge happen.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's hard. Some of them just don't have a bridge.
That's true. Some of them barely have a chorus.
That's also a possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens, but they still come out super sick either way. And I know we've already jumping around. I forgot to mention tangents are totally fine. I'm always down to see where those go. Obviously, there's 3 of you versus 1 of me, so I'm sure it's bound to happen some more, which is totally cool. You know, for me getting to know Mary Jam, and I know that there's a lot of people that are probably getting to know Mary Jam, especially in this run of the latest EP. You know, I was surprised to find out y'all were living in Louisiana and moved here, and I'm always curious as to the reasons why people moved to Minneapolis, because I'm also one of those people that's not from Minneapolis. I'm originally from Iowa, moved up here in the pandemic for friends that had been begging me for years from doing music together. What was like the Mary Jam origin story of deciding to move from Louisiana to
Yeah.
Minneapolis?
I feel like the long answer, I feel like, is that Allie and your partner, Allie's partner Genesis is from here, and you're from Wisconsin. So I think the seed started with you guys wanting to be closer to home. And I have lived in New Orleans my whole life, so I was kind of ready to move anywhere in the country. I was looking at Colorado, and you guys asked me to come with you, which was so nice.
Well, I'm like, if I'm gonna move, it's fun. Let's bring all our
Yeah.
buddies along.
And Mary Jam had already started at
Yeah.
that point. Like, we had already recorded at least the
Two songs.
2 songs.
Yeah.
Like, the singles were already out. And so now we're here.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I love that, you know, you, like you said, you want to bring your friends along, because also only 2 songs have been written, and you're starting to gain like a little bit of momentum, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, we're
now
done.
we're moving.
Like,
Yeah.
it
And
would
I
have been
think-
really sad.
The New Orleans scene, like, another motivation is that the New Orleans scene is super nice, but the punk scene in New Orleans is really small.
Mm.
It's much more like tourist music, so it's much more like jazz and blues. So I think musically we were kind of hitting a wall too.
Yeah.
There wasn't really. There's like were 2 venues for us to play. We had played them a million times.
Yeah.
So
The New Orleans scene really rips, but it's focused a lot on like hardcore music and then like psych rock, which is awesome, but it's just not what we do. So we kind of hit a wall there where we couldn't really play as much as we wanted to and do what we wanted to. So it was kind of like, let's do something different. It was fun.
Yeah.
And then we met Sophie.
Yeah, I'm from here. Well, I've lived here for like 14, 15 years or something. So I'm basically from here at this point. But yeah, I'm glad they moved here.
Yeah.
Because we never would have met otherwise.
No. And it's been great. I love Minneapolis so much. I had no idea what to expect. I had never been. We visited once after we already committed to moving here, and I had never been here before. So we were like, who knows? But we had played with 3 or 4 bands in New Orleans that were from Minneapolis, and they were on tour. They're all nice and they all rip.
Right.
It's kind
so
of
this has
weird
to be.
omen.
Yeah, we're like, this has to be a good music scene, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell everyone that, I sit down with, they have to come to Minneapolis. I know Minneapolis is great, but it also sucks because we're so far, out of, the tour ranges sometimes where they usually hit, Chicago, Milwaukee, and then be like, hey, we're going to take a day off and drive to Denver instead.
Yeah.
But I tell everyone, if you come here, it's fucking worth it. People are going to come out to the show no matter what.
Yeah.
Any night of the week, and I think before we started talking about memory lanes, but those shows are almost always on Mondays.
Yep.
And they're always sick.
Mm-hmm.
And I think part of it is I love playing memory lanes because it's always everyone who works in music here, that's the night they have off, and that's when they go to shows. So it's always people and sound people and people work at the bars and venues, and it's always such a good vibe. So
yeah, and I've never had bad vibes at any local show either.
No.
I've had it before, very rarely, but even in Iowa City, there'd be some nights where it's just hey, there's a weird vibe going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I never had that here, and that's one thing I really love, where you can just go out and whether you know everyone there or not. And I'm one of those people that has social anxiety in big crowds, and I can still kind of power through at most Minneapolis shows because I don't feel too awkward being there.
Yeah, for sure.
And then usually 9 times out of 10 you run into at least one person you know.
Yeah.
And it's okay, cool. I'm going to attach my hip to you for a while.
For sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, I love the scene here.
Yeah, it's very good for that. I've come full circle on this city. When I first moved here, I was I'm lived in Kansas before this. And I was oh God, I just miss having real winter and stuff because I lived in Idaho before that. And then I came here and I was oh, this is real winter. And then I started to be wow, actually I hate this. And then I kind of slowly, the longer I lived here, and especially since I started playing in bands, have come all the way back around. And now I'm I think this might be the best city.
Yeah, it's
got
amazing.
everything, and it's also possible to, it's relatively affordable to live here.
Yeah.
Compared to other places,
compared to
for sure.
Yeah, compared to most other cities.
Yeah.
So it's really nice, and it's very central. So if you're someone who likes to travel, you can get everywhere from here. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I know it was kind of funny the past couple winters how it's been a lot more mild. Where I make fun of my parents where they had more snow in Iowa than we did here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm that's totally fine with me. Harsh winters suck.
Yeah, totally.
The first winter we were here, that was 3 winters ago, and that was the second or third snowiest winter or whatever, and we were oh, what did we do?
I had never seen snow. I had
You're
never,
I've made a
I
huge
had never
mistake.
seen snow, and I was what did I sign
And
up
we were
for?
shoveling every day. It was a foot of snow once a week, and we were what did we sign up for? Because I grew up in Milwaukee, and it's not like this in Milwaukee in the winter. It's crazy here, but it's been good.
I remember I was talking to this band, and they're oh, I think we played Minneapolis one time, but there was a snowstorm, so our show got canceled. And they sent me a video after we got done recording of them like just trying to get through like one of the side streets in their van.
Oh my God.
No.
And I was like, dude, like more power to you, because like at that time like I drove like a little bit of a more jacked up truck, not full yee, but like there almost. And I was like, I had that thing parked. Like, I wasn't even driving through that. So, like, power to any band that would risk that.
Touring in the winter is honestly so brave. Like,
We've had a few interesting drives. We drove to Fargo once in a snowstorm.
Yeah.
And it was special.
Saw, like, 20 accidents.
And I kept being like, I was driving, I was like, are you guys okay? Should we turn around? And we just we made
Powered
it the whole
through.
way.
Just go slow.
It was-
And like, you know, of course, the longer we're driving, the less sense it makes to turn around because you're getting
Yeah.
further and further away from the city.
It was a lot,
And,
but it's
yeah,
fun.
It was really crazy. Well, it's like, it didn't seem like the roads were that bad. It was like one of those weird things where it's like, you're like, I think it's fine, but there's like all these cars in the ditch. So like, I guess I'll just act like it's horrible. But, I don't know. Yeah. But Allie was a champ. She got us there
Yeah.
safe.
Mm-hmm.
It all worked out.
Shout out to Fargo.
Yeah. A great city.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those moments where you just gotta kind of just grip the wheel and just go and just pray that you're in a set of lines.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, those are interesting moments.
It's fun times.
But getting back into the more present, about we're recording mid-June, about a few weeks ago now. You released your second EP. This is a joke, which, like I said, has been phenomenal to listen to. 5 tracks of just straight solid jams through
Thank
and through.
you.
There's a lot of, and I kind of mentioned earlier too, beer, mopeds. There's a lot of things that tug at my heartstrings in this. Where was I going with this question? Let's just start here. How does it feel to have this EP out? I know you just released the LP last year, but this EP in its entirety, like, how does it feel to have this out now?
It feels like a different thing almost. I don't know. I feel like we were just really careful with this one, and we knew a lot more of what we were doing, and we spent more time like producing all the songs, and I don't know, I just think it turned out better than we were expecting. And it's like I've been saying, it's the first thing that I've ever released, because we've been playing in bands for like 8 years now. And it's the first thing that I've ever been a part of where I'm like, I'm kind of scared that the next thing I'm going to do is worse.
Yeah.
I'm like really, like, I don't know, kind of surprised that it's something that I was a part of creating.
Yeah. This one I feel like feels like what I wanted us to sound
Yes,
like.
yeah.
In a way that we haven't quite been able to do before. So it sounds good to get it out. It sounds like, or it feels like an accurate representation of us. In a way that like we were able to control and do.
Yeah.
By like control and able to do, like, how does that differ from like 40s for Algernon?
I think we just were more like we had more knowledge.
We
this
had
time
better
around.
tools.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, we had better tools within ourselves. We also have been playing so many shows for the last couple years, and like selling merch, which meant that we had money to like hire people, like we hired a mix engineer, and honestly that was like probably the biggest.
Yeah.
That was probably the biggest thing. Is Henry Breen mixed it. He's in that band Why Not, that local band.
Oh, okay,
they're really sick. And he just like, I mean, we sent him a bunch of references, and he was like just so easy to work with, and he just like nailed it.
Yeah.
I mean, we were just like, here's a playlist of what we want it to sound like, and we kind of did that for each song, and we went through a few revisions with everything, and we were just kind of like,
perfect.
it was just like, yeah, I don't know. It just he made it seem easy.
Yeah.
And the reason why we were able to do that is because we've had a little bit of experience, and we have gotten a little bit more established in our little way.
Also, I just think the songs are better. Like, I think we've gotten better at writing music, and they just translate really well, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think everything was kind of like a step up on this one.
Yeah.
But I felt that way when we put out 40s for Algernon. I felt the same way. I was like, this is like
Yeah,
so good.
true.
This is what we sound like. It's like every time we put something out, I'm like, wow, this is the thing. So, yeah.
Which, I mean, I would hope you would feel that way too. Like, each next project, you always wanted to make it feel like, oh, this is the best thing we've ever done.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'm sure, the next thing, even though we have the nerves now for it, I'm sure the next thing is still going to be like the best thing you've ever done in your mind when you get to there. Like, I'm really am stoked. I know it's so fresh, but I am stoked to see kind of how you follow this up in a good way, not more like, oh, they better follow it up well, but I know it's just going to be even sicker for the next piece. Like I had mentioned, one of the singles that you had released that I had saw it posted and then also got posted in Allie might be aware of this. There's a moped group. For
Yes,
the Twin Cities, the
Yes,
Cats and
I'm well
Rollers.
aware. I went to their rally.
Oh hell yeah!
It was so sick.
It got posted in that group after that single dropped, which was really cool just to kind of
So
scroll
fun.
through Facebook and see that happen. Because one of the dudes from, if you know, Lost Leader, their new guitar player, I don't remember his name, but he's also in that group, and he's the one that posted it in there. And he was like, "Yo, for everyone that likes this type of music, and we all drive mopeds," he posted it in there. But it was really cool to see it kind of get shared
That's so
in a
sweet.
different light.
Yeah.
We had someone from that group reach out to us on Bandcamp, which is how we found out
Yes.
about it.
Yeah.
He bought the single, and he was, they can message you, and we got a little message that was like, if you don't know, there's this group called the
Yeah.
Castle Rollers, and you guys should connect with them. And
Yeah,
That's
and
how
it
you
was so
found
sick.
it.
The rally was incredible. I was the slowest one there by far, but everyone was so nice. I had a great time. I met people from way across the United States. It was sick.
Yeah, I haven't gone to any of the rallies yet. I found that group before I moved to Minneapolis because I also drive. So the moped that I have at my parents' house is a Honda NC50.
Yep.
But then when I moved here, I ended up buying a Tomos 835.
Mm-hmm.
But living in South Minneapolis, I was like, "There's no way I'm making it to Yacht Club for the weekly meetups."
Yeah,
because
that's how I feel.
That is a fucking trek, and I don't trust any drivers in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
So I never went. I ended up selling it last year, but I still have the Honda. But I also feel the same way. We're like, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna be the slowest person there. The get up and go on mine are just terrible.
Yep.
But at least you got to go experience it for once. I still have been just too chicken to go do it.
If you ever want to go, you can borrow my moped.
Hell yeah.
It is so slow, but it is.
she does well.
She
does.
does the thing. Yeah.
I also loved that you brought the moped out during your show. That was so sick
Yeah.
to do, and so cool of Cloudland to let you just ride it in there.
It was
They
so-
convinced us.
Yeah, we asked them. They're like, "We'll see if we can make it work." It's a liability thing. I was like, I expected them to say no flat out.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get there and we're like, I was feeling kind of nervous about it. So I was like, we can just leave it on the patio. We don't have to drive. And they're like, "Oh no, you have to do this. This is never going to happen
Cool.
again. You have to ride the moped through the venue." And they were so nice. The people at Cloudland are just
They're awesome.
They're awesome.
they're the
They're
best.
really-
They've been so
yeah.
kind to us.
Seeing those pictures pop up, I thought that was super sick that they let you do that. Because, one, not every venue is going to let you do that.
Oh.
But also,
For sure.
you have a song dedicated to your moped, basically, an ode to it. You gotta rip it through there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was very surreal of an experience. But I feel like
Yeah.
that sums up the whole release. It's been very surreal
Yeah.
this time around.
Yeah. And then, but funny enough, you guys have always been kind of about the two-stroke lifestyle. If you kind of go back through, I know we're going deep on this. I don't know why.
I could talk about this all day.
But you have, I think on 40s for Algernon, there was two-stroke Lover.
Yep.
And then on the Hello, My Name Is Not Mary EP, there's the intro, which is the sound of one of your two-strokes.
Yes.
Two-stroke Smoke, I think it was.
So funny.
It really has appeared in every
I
single one of them.
I forgot about the first
Yeah.
one. That's so funny.
And then there's the cover art for, I'm going to blank on the name of that song.
Water parks.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
That's
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bike that is the two-stroke Smoke sound. That's
Okay.
the bike. It does not run right now. I do still have it.
you have all the lore. I
yeah, it's
love
a
it.
piece of shit, but yeah. Yeah, two-strokes are just cool.
Right?
I'm not good at working on them, but they're so much fun.
Yeah.
They sound so good.
I'm also the same way. And I loved the line in Moped too, where it talks about we'll start a moped gang and all the Harley guys will laugh at us. There was a time where I was out riding with my friends and it had started raining and I was like, shit, I gotta get home because all I have is this moped right now. And I'm hauling it down the highway 35 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a motorcycle that passes me and he gave me the two-finger salute as we passed by and I was like, fuck yeah.
I have it
earned
I'm
it.
part of
So
the team.
validated.
I had that exact moment at the moped rally. We passed this group of people on sport bikes, and they gave us the motorcycle wave, and I was like, Hell yeah.
Yes.
It's so
Yeah.
validating when you get that, and like I was like, it made my day.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a more welcoming community than one would expect.
Yeah, yeah. I ride motorcycles too, but yeah, the moped community has been very special. Yeah.
Yeah, they're super sick here. I know like one of them helped me like weld stuff to my moped that I was trying to like reconfigure, and I'd never been to a rally. I just messaged posted in the group.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, does anyone have a welder? And they're like, got you.
Yeah.
And I was
That's
like,
so
sick.
Nice.
But yeah, definitely, it was cool to see like all of that just kind of keep reoccurring throughout the life of Mary Jam, whether it was intentional or not. It's kind of just funny how all
Yeah.
that stuff pops
Yeah.
up.
I feel like we just write about the things we like, and I
Yeah.
happen to love beer and mopeds.
Yes.
And so
You write 90% of the
The
lyrics.
song, yeah.
Yeah, I end up writing a lot of the
99%
lyrics.
probably.
and so they end
Yeah.
up being about beer and motorcycles a lot of the time. Yeah. That's how
She's
it
a
goes.
simple woman.
I am simple. I have simple needs. Beer, motorcycles, cars. That's all I need. Music. Yeah.
And I know there's a story behind it too, and I know it's not technically on this EP, but I'm very curious about this. Roach Pizza, like
Yep.
I know that there was I saw something of like a little blurb of that this actually happened.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. Unfortunately.
You just buy a pizza that has roaches on it, or like how did that happen?
So we were at a show in New Orleans, and Genesis had brought us a Costco pizza, which was very nice of them. We were sitting in the bed of Allie's truck, eating a few slices, and then we go in and play our set, and we leave it in the bed of the truck. And we're like, this is fine, we'll come back out and eat it. And we come back out after our set, open the bed, open the pizza, and there's one little roach just sitting on it. We had like 2 slices left or something. And then you found out later.
Yeah, that's how I found out my truck had a roast infestation.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very gross. I had evacuated a hurricane a couple months before, and I guess I had left some cat food back there and some jugs of water.
And the roaches were like
And like
Yes.
and like a
Environment.
blanket, and the roaches just like made it their home.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I had to do some exterminating that weekend, but
It would be really nice if you were a roach in a hurricane
Yeah.
to find a truck bed full of cat food.
Yeah.
they were
and
set up.
water.
I mean,
Like,
I had a whole community back there. I feel bad that I
Didn't you
evicted
have the
them.
little
The little
ones? You had like
families?
the babies.
Yeah, I
and
was.
the-
I mean, I
Yeah.
had families
Precious.
living in my truck.
It's so cute.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
I always think though, thank God there was a roach on that
I know,
pizza.
otherwise we would have eaten it.
Because
Yeah.
and had no clue that there had even been one on it.
And there were hundreds back there.
You know, this is maybe a controversial opinion, but my dad, who is a dubious source of information, has always told me that roaches themselves are very clean.
Wow.
So I don't know if a roach walking on your pizza would be the worst thing in the world.
I once
Might be fine.
That's good to
witnessed
know.
and photographed a woman licking a cockroach at a show in New Orleans, so I believe it. And
That's
she
very brave.
Yeah.
She was probably in her 50s, so she's been around and she's
Yeah.
fine. So lick a roach. Maybe it'll give you longevity.
Go off.
It's the sequel to Roach Pizza.
Yeah, lick a roach.
That's the moral of this
That's-
podcast.
It comes around.
Man, yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah. Thankfully, it doesn't happen here, so you can leave your pizzas.
Yeah.
in
Less
the truck.
cockroaches
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, we have
thankfully.
house centipedes here, though, which
Yeah.
when I moved here, I was shook.
The silverfish
Yeah, the
Gross
grossed me out.
silverfish that was a learning
Yeah,
curve for
silverfish are
me.
nasty. The house centipedes are what really freak me out, though.
Have we had those?
I don't know what
I don't
those
know.
are.
Yeah, I don't
The
know if I
house
know what
centipedes
that
are the
is.
big
Oh.
guys with the huge legs. You know,
I thought those were silverfish.
silverfish are the tiny guys
Oh.
that are silver that look like they're made of liquid, and
Oh,
then when you
we have
smush
house
them, they turn
centipedes.
into nothing.
I was misnaming these. We have them.
Ooh.
Somebody told me that house centipedes are good because they eat other bugs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
nice.
they give me the ick. Like, I don't really have issues with bugs, but those give me the ick.
They're
like
gross.
Nothing else.
Yeah, I have a fine line with the bugs in the house where it's like, do
Yeah.
your thing and stay out of my way, but
Yep.
if you come and, like, fuck up my area, then
Yeah.
we gotta have a talk.
Don't
Yeah.
come near me. Also,
Will
you
be
have the
evicted.
whole outside. I don't
Yeah.
know why you have to be in here, but yeah.
It's true. I'm gonna bounce it to a fan question that someone actually, sent me a question for you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Oh.
The name Mary Jam, where does it come from?
Do you want to tell it?
Yeah, so Katie and I, we've been in bands together for almost 8
8
years
years
now. But
now,
one of the
yeah.
bands we were in, anytime we wrote a song, before it had a name, we would call it a Merry Jam, like Merry Christmas, Merry Jam. And we could not think of a band name, and we had our first
Yeah.
show booked. And we were like, what are we going to do? And I was drunk on my porch, and I was like, Katie, I'm texting Katie. I was like, what if we're Merry Jam? And that's it.
And it's stuck.
No one is named Mary. It's
Nope.
not a weed reference.
No,
surprisingly.
we get that often.
Yeah, it's just kind of like an ode to the last band we were in.
Hell yeah. I wouldn't have. I can't think of how it was a weed reference, but
Because
that's-
Mary Jane.
People hear,
yeah.
people hear Mary Jane when I say the band name to people.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
always
Mary
like, oh,
Jane?
Mary Jane. I'm like,
No.
also, there's got to be a million bands named Mary Jane.
Yeah, you'd
Yes.
think.
Yeah.
You'd
Yeah.
think. But yeah, that's how it came about.
hell yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna expand on that one a little bit further. Obviously, the name of the EP is this is a joke, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Where does that come from?
Where does it come from?
Well, it's the name of one of the tracks as well. It's the last track on the EP is This Is a Joke. And I wrote that song. I mean, we write all the songs together, but I wrote the beginning of that song when I had COVID and I was stuck at home and I was just feeling real bad about myself. And I was like, I'm a joke. So then This Is a Joke came about. And then we named the EP that.
Yeah, we kind of struggled to come up with a name for the EP, and for a long time, we tossed some other stuff around. I was really gunning for Rest in Piss. I
Yes.
thought that was a really good idea. I can't remember.
I feel like that
think
will
you,
be
Did you come
used.
up with that? I can't remember.
We're gonna
I don't
use that.
know.
For
I think
sure.
we should.
know.
We're saying
Yeah.
nobody take it. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're gonna save it for.
It
a
will be
future one.
used.
But yeah, I think we just kind of settled on. We were like, what if we just name it after this song? Because
Yeah.
we were like, this is kind of in some ways, our
Yeah.
favorite song on the EP. So, and then we just kind of started to like it more and more. And we were like, that's the
Yeah.
EP name.
Did we name it after we got the mixes back?
Yeah, it was
yeah,
done,
so.
and
Yeah.
we needed to
That's-
post it and order stuff
Yeah.
and make the
Yeah.
art, and we were like, what do we call it?
Well, and I think This Is the Joke was the song that we were struggling with the most to get it to sit right.
Yeah,
And then
Yeah.
when we got the mix back, we were like, oh, we love it.
Yeah.
It kind of all just came together in the mixing. And so then we were like, oh, it's kind of our favorite. And then, yeah, it just kind of migrated to being the EP title.
No, it's a good title. Obviously, it's the what we'll say is the title track for this EP. But yeah, when I first saw This Is a Joke, I'm like, okay, there's got to be some self-deprecating joke in here.
I
And then
love
obviously,
some self-deprecation, for sure. It's hard, you know.
Yeah.
You just got to make fun of yourself sometimes.
I think it's a good skill.
Yeah, I'm good at it. I use it a lot.
I think life is a lot harder if you can't make fun of yourself,
That's
to
true.
be honest.
That's true.
Yes.
And people out there, don't be weird if we make fun of ourselves, because that's kind of how we have to just break the ice in our minds sometimes.
Yeah.
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 I'm happy with myself, but I also am not that serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
You also talk about anxiety a lot in this this EP as well. Obviously, the track "Anxiety" for people listening, which is kind of cool to see that vulnerable side and going through all that. Relatability is a big thing. I feel obviously with music, but it's nice to see that in there because everyone goes through that same shit. Whether you want to smoke a cigarette or not, that's up to
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
it's in there.
Yeah.
There's a shocking number of. There's a lot of crossover between people with anxiety and musicians who are I would love nothing more than to perform in front of a crowd.
Yes.
Yes.
I also I have you mentioned you had some social anxiety. I also have had pretty bad social anxiety my whole life, and I don't know, somehow performing has helped with that.
For
even though
sure.
It seems
It's-
it would be the
it's
worst
yeah.
thing you could
I feel
do.
it's exposure therapy.
Yeah.
It's felt like it's practice
Yeah.
on how to handle it because
Yeah.
you have to do it every weekend.
You're everyone's
Yeah.
looking at me and I
You,
just have to deal with it.
And then talk to other people. Yeah, I used to have,
Yes, yeah.
and I feel I still do have social anxiety, but I used to not be able to talk to anybody new.
Yeah.
And yeah, playing in bands is just kind of now I love it. I love talking to people after shows. I love hanging out.
Yeah.
You
It kind
know.
of forces you out of your shell a little
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my favorite part now.
Yeah, because I've definitely had friends too where they're they get off stage and they're I can't talk to
It's
these
hard.
people, and I'm
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
they're here for you.
Yeah.
Like, you got to go say something.
Yeah.
Like, we were on tour. Our singer was like, I what am I gonna do? I'm like, you're gonna stand at the merch table with me, and you're gonna talk to them while they come up and grab stuff.
Yeah.
It's
because
Yeah.
they want that relatability and just to talk to you, and just like
Yeah.
once you realize like a musician is like a normal person, then like it kind of like strips it all away, and then find that one common ground. You can just kind of talk about whatever at the same time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very true. That was like a big thing for me when I started playing music. Like, I kind of spent a lot of my life being like, oh, I can't, like, I could never do that. I'm like not, I'm not talented enough, or I'm not brave enough, or whatever. And then at some point I was like, you know what, I'm not special. Like, I am just like a regular person, and like regular people do this all the time, so like maybe I should try it.
Yeah.
And like at the end of the day, I think that was the thing that helped me the most, to like go and put myself out there a little bit. So
I think it's crazy when like you see people that are like, where you know that they don't handle big crowds very well. They're like social anxiety all the time. But you watch them like flip that switch and become a completely different person, and then get on stage. Like, one person I see it with every time, and it amazes me every time I see this band, is Toilet Rats.
oh my god,
Like,
yes,
love
yes,
them.
we love them.
Like, Tommy
He's
in,
so cool.
in
Tommy is the
himself
best.
is an amazing person. He's quiet, reserved. Like, when we talked, real chill and everything, and then to watch him flip that switch and get
Incredible.
on stage, I'm like, holy
Yes.
shit.
Oh my God,
Yeah, he's
such
an
a good
incredible
performer.
performer,
Yeah.
and everyone loves him.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah,
I
he,
feel like
Yeah.
he's like the uncle of the scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
he's got a way of getting the crowd excited that I
Yeah.
rarely see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It helps that he has the megaphone and he
Yes.
walks with the crowd and gets in your face too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I was blown away the first time I saw him, and I was like, what the fuck is going on, in like the best way.
yeah, for
And
sure.
then he's been one of the nicest dudes that like
So
that
sweet.
I've
my
met
God, yeah.
through doing all of this. Like, we'll just text randomly about random stuff, and I'm like,
Yep.
he sent me a thank you card because I had Beers with Bands Fest this year, and I had Toilet Rats play, and he sent me a thank you card for being on the show. I was like, dude, Tommy, like, you're gonna make me cry right
Oh
now.
my God.
That's so
So nice.
sweet.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We should be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so sweet.
Yeah, that's really nice.
One other song that is the first track on the EP, and I almost got Mickey's for this show, for this
Hell
recording, but I haven't had Mickey's in a long time, so I don't know how I would handle it on a Tuesday afternoon.
It's also
Fair.
quite 40 ounces is quite the
It's,
commitment.
Yeah.
It's a huge commitment.
Yeah.
I'm more of a
well,
Colt 45 kind of guy, if we're doing 40s to be rather than Mickey's, but that is such a great song. Talking about how you end up getting too drunk off Mickey's, which we've all been there at some point.
I was when we wrote that song. I was so drunk.
Do you just randomly or usually have like Mickey's nights and then it just leads to that, or like how does that come about?
We were recording a music video for Roach Pizza that we never finished and never released.
That's
Yeah.
what it was.
That's what it was, but
yeah.
we had Mickey's as props. They weren't props to me. I was drinking them. But I had like 1.5 Mickey's, and I was
yeah.
hammered. And we were like, what if we played
Yeah.
music? And then we wrote that song.
I remember I was like, I hadn't really been drinking much at that time, and so I just like had a couple sips, and then I was like, oh, Allie, you can like work on mine, and I was like, God, Allie's being really weird. Like, I couldn't figure out what was going on, and then at some point you were like, oh yeah, I had 1.5 of those, and I was
it was like
oh!
the 60 ounces of malt liquor I had
So
consumed in like
funny.
2 hours. Yeah.
Respect.
I love Mickey's though. I usually don't get 40s anymore because a beer is a beer to me, so no matter what size it
yeah.
is, that's one beer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so if I have a 40, I drink it like it's one beer. So
You
it's
only
just
have
gone,
Yeah.
So it's, yeah.
I used to get off work on Fridays, go to the liquor store, pick up 2 40s of Colt 45, and be like, "This is my 2 beers for today."
Yup.
And then just like,
Yeah.
and then just hammer those on a Friday night, and then just be like, "All right, I'm not drinking for the rest of this weekend." So I know how that goes. I've also done an episode where my guest was Rare Candy from Chicago. For anyone that remembers that episode, they were like, "Let's do Edward 40 Hands," and I'm like,
Great.
I'm down, but I need to be able to like work a computer, so I can't like physically do
Yeah.
it. So we both still killed 2 40s in that like hour and a half
yeah.
episode.
Oh my god.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And then I had a moment there for a long time where I was making brass monkeys for a lot.
What is that?
What is a brass monkey?
So you take a 40, drink it down to the top of the label, fill it with orange juice,
Hell yeah.
and then it's a brass monkey.
Nice.
That sounds
Yeah.
pretty good.
We always call those beer mosas. Or
Yeah.
my buddy
Yeah.
called them sidewalk slammers, but I think that's technically Sunny D.
Might be.
Yeah, I don't
Makes
know, but
sense.
we had that with breakfast.
Is it still a
in New
beer mosa if
Orleans.
it's malt liquor? And
I
not
don't
beer?
know.
It's a little heavier,
You
but
know, they're great.
it's more of a
Big
meal.
commitment.
Yeah.
I feel like that was that same day that we were joking about shotgunning the Mickeys and you had to like smash the bottom off.
I don't know, but that is a really
You
funny
never-
idea.
You have to like smash open the bottom and then open the lid arbitrarily.
And then
just
consume
like
the
pour it
glass.
into your mouth, I guess.
Oh, haven't tried that one yet.
Yeah.
Maybe someday.
Maybe when we write the next
The next
EP,
malt liquor themed song.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
That'll be the
Yeah, I'm curious as to what song that would lead to. Obviously, it started with Roach Pizza, led to Mickey's, and Mickey's leads to the next iteration of whatever.
I don't know where you go from there.
We'll find out.
What's bigger
Yeah.
than a 40? Surely there's something.
A keg.
I guess a
Could be-
keg, yeah.
Do the
Give me-
mini keg first, and then you upgrade to the full keg.
Oh yeah, right. You
Yeah.
gotta have the full progression.
Yeah.
Get me a keg and let's see what happens.
A keg of
Perfect.
malt liquor.
A keg.
Oh.
Oh. God. That would be bad the next day.
For some reason, I'm imagining just like a Home Depot bucket full of malt liquor.
It's like a paint bucket.
I'm like, is this anything? You gotta workshop that.
It would come. I used to work in an auto parts warehouse, and we had so many 5-gallon buckets of like gear oil, and it was like a keg of malt liquor would come in like a gear oil bucket.
Oh my god, yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
And you just like
It's
pop
like
it
industrial
open.
strength.
Yeah.
I'm all about like merch and just putting like my logos on everything. So at one point I was trying to find koozies specifically for 40-ounce bottles.
Beautiful.
Nice.
So expensive. For like 12 of them, it's like $140.
Oh my
That
god.
seems
Made
crazy.
no sense.
Well, you should just print your logo on some paper bags.
See, someone else suggested that, and I've just been too lazy to do it.
I
but
see.
Mary Jam, you're more than welcome to take that. For 3
We just
That's
start
our
selling
next-
paper
That would be-
bags at our shows.
That would be so funny. And I feel like we should do it. We could
should
just
do
get a
it.
stamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
be so easy.
Here's your-
We should absolutely do this.
Stop doing
Yes.
stickers, everybody. Start doing paper bags for people to
For
hold
your
their beers
40s.
in at the
So
show.
you can brown bag your
The
stuff
nice thing
after
is,
the
depending on
show.
what liquor store you go to, most of those bags you can just grab.
That's true.
Yeah,
So
that's the
That's
thing.
true.
Oh my god, this
This
is a
good
great
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to get merch inspiration from today. I'm very excited about this.
happy to help. Ever since I watched Infamous Scene from Spaceballs about just merchandising and putting your logo on everything, that's what I've kind of strived for, is just to throw it on whenever I can. Has yet to make it on a can, but it'll get there.
Yeah.
Having a signature beer is like, wow. If I do that,
Yeah.
I'll die happy. I
Yeah.
say that about a lot of things, but
Yeah, that's like
My-
a real bucket list.
our
item.
own beer, wow.
If we ever get like, what's your beer? Is it Miller? Is it Miller Lite?
Miller
If
Lite.
we ever had like a Miller Lite Mary Jam edition,
Wow.
A Mary Light.
shout out Miller Lite, sponsor us.
I drink a lot
We
of
love you.
Hit me up.
Yep.
What would a Mary Jam beer, like, obviously you get to go in and like kind of adjust the flavors and kind of do all the thing, but like what style of beer and like would there be like a signature taste to a Mary Jam beer?
You know what? I say bring back Kirkland Light. Bring back the Costco beer
Kirkland
and put
Light.
our faces on it. And, sell it for like $18, a 24-pack, and I'd be happy with that.
It's a great deal.
I like light
it would be a
beer.
light beer for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
It would
I
be
get
like a
tummy
light,
aches now
cheap beer.
if I drink like
Yeah.
a lot of regular beer. It's just like, oh, I can't
Yeah.
do it anymore.
It also it gives me like allergies now. Everything with the light beer like makes me really sneezy and like congested. So I'm like I stick to like Hams or like Coors Light or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever they got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pacifico's a favorite.
It's good.
Yeah.
Modelo, I love Modelo.
Modelo's good.
Same. It's wild that like now we're starting to have like Modelo on tap at places. Like I remember when Palmer's had it, and I was like, I gotta at least get it on tap at least here once.
Yeah.
Like, it's still like more expensive than getting a Hands, but to get a nice
Worth it.
like cup, that's the word, a cup, a glass Modelo, killer.
Yeah, honestly, like, it's so funny. I feel like a bar kind of gets its personality from whatever, like, cheap beer it decides to have on tap. Like, the first time I went to
So
Palmer's,
true.
somebody was like, oh, yeah, they got Hams on tap here. And I was like, I love this bar.
Yeah.
I love this bar. And there's this, back when Little Tijuana, I don't know if you guys have been there since it, like, kind of reopened, but there's this place in Whittier called Little Tijuana that's gone through several iterations. And I used to go there a lot in college, and they had Pacifico on tap. And I was like, this place is lit.
Yeah.
Like, this is the ideal bar for me.
Yeah, I remember I was in San Diego visiting a friend, and they had Modelo on tap. I was like, I'll just be here for the rest of this trip. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
have
sold.
to go, I don't have to go anywhere
We're
else.
done. If anyone puts Mickey's on tap,
Ooh.
Oh
let
my
me
God.
know.
Hell yeah.
Let me know. I will be there. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
It's a dangerous game.
Yeah.
But, you know, whoever does it, someone's got to do it. Like,
Someone do it.
Yeah, we're putting a dare out there.
Yeah, and let me know. I'll
We'll
be there.
there.
I'll move in.
I know we've jumped around, you know, between like the EP and Mary Jam in general, but I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything between the two that you want people to know about. Obviously, it's all about Mary Jam today, so.
I don't know, guys.
I'm trying to think.
We're just having fun. This is like my favorite
The
thing.
tour?
Oh, let's wait because
You
who
know?
knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, if the whole thing will fall through.
Yeah.
This episode does come out mid to late August, if that helps. I don't
Oh, so this will be after.
Yeah, it'll be
okay,
after
it'll be,
anyways.
yeah, it'll be after anyways. But
I don't know. I just love playing music. It's my favorite thing.
yeah,
Music with my buddies.
yeah, I can't really think of anything else. We're
Yep.
starting the next thing. We're writing some music and
Yeah.
yeah.
We
Getting
don't
some
really have
ideas.
anything coming out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Because is it for, like, I always bring this up where I always feel bad for bands because obviously you're sitting on stuff for so long that you're already, like, kind of working on the next thing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Are you one of those bands that kind of, like, can pump out a lot of material so you're sitting on, like, a bunch, or does it kind of take a little bit longer? I know we talked about taking a bridge could take, you know, a while to make,
Yeah.
but the song in general.
It kind of depends. There's some months where we just like bust out a ton of songs, and then some dry months where it's just like really hard to write anything.
Yeah.
So it kind of depends. And we're like, a lot of bands I feel like take time off, write music. We don't really do that.
Mm-hmm.
So we just kind of like play shows and write music when it comes to us and do it like that. So we've got like 6 songs that we're working on right now, and we're trying to start recording in September
Oh, wow.
for our next thing.
yeah.
So we just try to do as much as we can, but not force it
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
same time.
I can kind of feel the wave cresting right now. Like, we just put out the other thing, and now we're kind of recovered from that. And we have a little bit of time, like the next 2 months, I think, because we don't have a ton of shows booked.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I feel like we're about to have like 6 new songs that are done. So, yeah.
I feel like
If all goes well.
yeah. I feel like after the release too, like I don't really have any creative energy because I'm so focused on releasing it. So now like we've rested, the creative energy is back. Like
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, I mean, like, yeah, that's something I'm always surprised about is, like, how fast, like, a band can kind of, like, recover after that. Because obviously, you know, especially leading up to the release, you have to get everything planned.
yes.
So, like, that full couple months leading up to it is just intense. Release show actually happens, and then I know you also played, I think, Pride at Palmer's,
Mhm.
was it last week?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously, I think you guys have another show this
This Friday.
Yeah.
Um,
And that Saturday we played in St. Cloud too.
Yeah.
So
So, like, to kind of do all that kind of back to back to, you know, fully play out this EP, obviously it's out, you know, like a full year basically to play out this EP, but to, like, find that time to be like, okay, you can kind of take a breather and kind of work on this next thing
Mm-hmm.
is tremendous to be able to do that. And, like you said, don't rush yourselves, because I feel like a band that rushes themselves, like, never comes through right in the music.
yeah.
You want a band that kind of just, like, lets it
Yeah.
flow and just like does their own thing.
Yeah. I think there's a balance. Like, I think there's a level of kind of pushing yourself that is like necessary just to stay motivated and make sure that you're actually like putting in the hours to get stuff done.
Right.
And then there's also a level of like, okay, I don't want to like, I want to make sure I take the time to make sure everything feels good and like,
Yeah.
if this bridge is bad, we'll change it. Like,
Yes.
that kind of stuff.
We'll have time for that.
Like,
Yeah,
if we write
totally.
a song that's a stinker, we're not gonna use it. Like, if we know it's a stinker, it's just done. I feel like
Yeah.
I've started and written a lot of songs where I'm like, no, this isn't the one.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
not. It's not it.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's good to have that too. I mean, it also adds to a graveyard that you can always go steal parts from.
That's true.
That is very
Yeah.
true.
Yes, I have gone
I
back
feel like,
like
that has happened.
I've gone back
Yeah.
like 4 years in my voice memos, and I'm just like, oh, that's kind
Yeah.
of a good idea.
Yeah.
And then we bring it back around.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like on like when we have out of city, like when we're touring to
Yeah.
some place, we'll like go through our voice memos and play like the old stuff
hmm
from like the beginning of Mary Jam, and I feel like we've stolen a few things from
Yeah,
that
we
too.
definitely have.
I mean, it's good to have that. I know I was talking to someone and they were like, yeah, we don't really, once it like, if it ends up on the cutting room floor, we don't really go back. And I'm like, what if there's just that one riff that's just like, you think about it in 4 years, you randomly hear it and you're like, damn, that would have been sick.
Yeah.
Like, we
Yeah.
can still use it here because like every release is a chapter in a band's life. So you might not have felt it during EP 1, but LP 2 comes around and you're like, that riff works
Yeah.
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting though too, because I also feel like stuff gets sort of like locked in this weird way, where sometimes if you have a cool riff that's in like a song that's not the vibe, it's kind of difficult to like lift it out and put it in something else.
Yeah, it's hard to hear it in anything else.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
it's really tricky. But yeah, I don't know.
We have a few like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Were there any songs on the CP that like, obviously we talked about, bridges, taking some time to get in there. But is there anything that like drastically changed from like its initial iteration to like what we're hearing on this final E EP?
I know Mickey's changed so much for me. Like the
Yeah.
original
Oh, yeah.
drums in
Yeah,
Mickey's,
you
like
did work a
like,
lot on the
you worked
drums.
a lot on that.
yeah.
And I feel like mopeds too, you put a lot of
Mopeds
work
too,
in on the
yeah,
drums.
that they just totally. I feel like on Mickey's, like the all the fills changed, and then on Mopeds, I feel like I completely changed the groove,
Yeah.
like right before we recorded it. But
Otherwise, like Mickey's, we rewrote the bridge like 4 or 5
Yeah.
times from when we first wrote the song to when we recorded it.
yeah,
And I think we played a couple of the old bridges out too. Like
Yeah.
we started playing that song and we were like, come back after the show and we're like, the bridge,
That's not
the bridge
it.
doesn't work.
Yeah,
Like,
that's not it.
Oh yeah, we did.
But once we
Yeah.
usually once we sit down to record, I feel we're like pretty set.
Pretty
And
good,
sometimes
yeah.
the songs will like keep evolving after, like how we play things live. Like we have a few songs from the
Yeah.
first EP that we still play and they've changed
Yeah.
Mhm.
a little bit, which I think is fun. And they're better now. And I'm like, wow, I wish we'd recorded it like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know, it keeps them fun. I feel like it keeps them like aligned with what we're playing now when we can keep changing them after the fact.
Right. Like keeps them relevant to
Yeah.
like, the time that you are now.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's sick. I'd always like to see like a band kind of go back and like redo songs of like, let's say you don't want to do a full EP of new stuff and just like, hey, we're gonna take all of this and just like redo it to how it feels now.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I have some like vague designs of like re-recording a couple of the old songs as like and putting them out as like bonus tracks.
Oh,
Sure,
which
yeah.
ones?
I don't know, like maybe No Beer. And
Yeah.
Marcus probably like.
Yeah, those ones have changed a lot,
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah, totally. I think they've kind of like evolved, and then like I feel like if they sounded like more like the way our latest EP sounds, like they would go so hard because like
Yeah.
those are songs that existed before I was in the band too, and I was like, I remember coming in and like learning them and just being like, God, these songs fucking rip. Like these are so good. Yeah, so I don't know. Simmering.
Yeah. I guess one question too I didn't ask. Obviously, we talked about moving here in the Minneapolis scene, but like how was it that like that initial like first hometown new to hometown show being welcomed in from like an outsider's perspective? I know I asked like, hey, I love you because they all moved here from Montana, And I know that's a big daunting thing to be like, hey, we're technically locals now. Like, we're playing this show. Like, how was that first time?
We really had no one at our first show.
Yeah, our first show, we had a hard time booking it because in New Orleans it books like, you book like a month out, maybe 2. Here, sometimes it's like 6 months at certain venues, and they're like, no, we're booked.
That was a huge learning curve.
And so we played at an all-ages venue, the Treasury. They're not there anymore. And like one of the bands had to back out because they had some personal stuff going on, and there was just like no one there.
Yeah. And we didn't know anyone. We couldn't we didn't know how to fill the spot because we didn't know the scene yet.
Right. Yeah, so that one wasn't great. But then like our next show was at Terminal Bar. I feel like that was Terminal Bar can be kind of chaotic to play shows at, but it was really cool because it was a super mixed bill and everyone was super nice, and it was just a bunch of like locals at the bar, and that felt like very welcoming and fun.
Yeah, getting over that initial hurdle is always big, but at least it's worked out. And I know we were kind of talking about it when we first started, right before we fully started the episode, but you recently, it's been a few months now. I think it was still cold out when it happened. We got to play with the senior engineer. Yes. And I know you were starting to go down a tangent then, and I'm trying to make sure we get full circle so we hear about it. But that's huge because that show was packed and such a solid bill. Once senior engineer, homies and Tightwire. How was that getting to play with them?
That was the biggest crowd we had ever played to.
For sure. Yeah. And by
a good amount.
Yeah. It was very cool though. I don't know, I expected to be nervous, but I just was so excited. I was like, this is so much fun. We had some technical difficulties, like the stage power kind of cut out a few times and stuff, and I was like, oh man, that sucks. But it still was just such a fun show. Yeah.
And Sincere Engineer, they are so nice. They were all of them talked to us, all of them introduced themselves to us, and after the set they were so kind. So that was really, I don't know, it was welcoming. It was nice.
Hell yeah. No, yeah, that show was sick. I know I missed the first 2 songs of you guys' set. We got all the way to the venue and my friend was like, I left my phone in my car. So we had to drive all the way back here to grab his phone. I was like, man. But yeah, that was my first time seeing Sincere Engineer in person too. And Dana kills it on stage, but then got off stage and then went and handled merch like a fucking boss. Yes. And I was like props for doing that because there's a giant ass line.
Seriously.
But they killed it.
Yeah. I was at Riot Fest last year where they played, and she and the guitar player, I forget his name, but they were just walking around Riot Fest. We met them and they talked to us and were so nice there too. I feel like that's her vibe, which is super cool.
She is so nice, and her stage banter is hilarious.
Yes.
She was cracking me up. She's so funny on stage.
Yeah, there was a couple moments I think where she was tuning and someone would just shout something out.
Yeah, she was asking for audience questions, which is such a pro move, honestly.
Yeah, that was a really fun night.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
That was also the first time we had a line for our merch station, I think.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on?
And we were kind of shook by that. We were like, there's a line for our side? What the hell?
Yes. That was very
also,
surreal.
we realized we needed a credit card reader.
Oh my God.
That was we were like, okay, we need this now. So that was cool.
Yeah, we were like, we must have leveled up because people are
wanting to pay with cards. We had never had that before.
Yeah, people are expecting us to be able to take cards, and we're like,
It's always a big boy move when you get to that point.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
I mean, that makes me happy that people were going after you guys' merch too.
Yeah, it was very kind.
It was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, feel very thankful. I don't know. It's been I love playing music and I would do it no matter what, but it feels crazy that there's people that actually listen to it other than us. It's I don't know.
It's very surreal.
Yeah, it freaked me out for a second there, but now it's just whose life is this? Not my life.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, since we put the EP out, our Spotify numbers are going up a little bit.
Huge for us.
And it's
maybe minor for other people. Huge for us.
Yeah, it still is it's still pretty small, but we're
huge for
every
us.
day we're oh my God, there's
There's
you know,
50
this many
new
more
followers, yeah.
people on there.
There's
I'm
like 80 people in Australia. I'm like,
yeah, like which
what
is
are they
just
doing down
crazy.
there? I want to go to Australia. They got Foster's beer
Yeah.
down there.
Oh my god. I want to say thank you to every single one of those Australians.
I know.
Who is listening
Yeah,
to our
thank
music
you.
on Spotify. Thank you so much.
Well, I was scrolling through TikTok the other day, and someone had made a post of like, "Oh, check out all these bands that I'm like feeling right now," and Mary Jane was in there too, and I was like, "That's
so
fucking sick."
That's
On
that's
TikTok?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We're like,
Oh my
we don't
God.
really do the TikTok because
No, it's.
I'm not I'm not a content
I
creator.
feel
Yeah.
too old
Yeah.
for it. It's like a little too.
Like, I don't know what we'd put on there that would be like us and not like,
Mhm.
look at this band that does this thing. Like, it's not really my thing.
Yeah,
I'm not good at it, but it's
Yeah.
crazy that people,
That's very cool.
I mean that's
Yeah.
that's really cool.
shout out to them. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm also in the same boat of like, I barely tweet. I have the Twitter just for the podcast. Barely post on Instagram. I like social media in general is just, that's a whole hurdle.
Yeah.
And as someone that's like 32, I'm like, I feel old just
Oh
like
my God,
trying
yeah.
to do this shit
Yeah.
Yeah.
to stay relevant. So
It's
It's
like
not
a
my
full-time
thing.
job to
Yeah.
post on social
I
media.
hate-
It's crazy. Yeah.
I hate it, but like, I appreciate that you can like connect with people
yeah.
in a way like that, but I also hate that it's like an expected thing
Yeah.
and like the avenue you have to use now to connect with people, but
Right.
It's like its own language.
it is, yeah.
Yeah, at one point, like, Twitter was pretty okay. Like, there was a really good DIY, like, music scene on there.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, now I just feel like I'm not unhinged enough to, like, post and, like, stay relevant. So it's,
Yeah.
like, so hard.
Yeah.
Once Elon bought it, I stopped going on there.
Yeah.
I was like, the hell with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, all my friends are like, you still have it? I'm like, it's just for the podcast. I don't really do anything.
yeah.
And then I got Threads, and still that came and went. And then Blue Sky is the new thing now.
Oh my god.
I don't even know that
Okay,
one.
I haven't even heard. This is the first
Yeah.
time hearing about it.
I never got into the Twitter
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the stuff.
Twitter had good jokes.
Yeah.
I liked Twitter because I just followed a bunch of people that I thought were really funny, and I would just lay on my couch and be like, ho, 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 and like scroll
Yeah.
through my Twitter feed, you know. But yeah, I fell off it after all the nonsense.
So I know we talked about the EP. One side question I'm going to throw in here is obviously, you know, you've gotten to play with Senior Engineer, started to play like these bigger shows. Like, what would be kind of your like dream lineup that Mary Jane gets to play with?
That's a great question.
It might
a
be
really good
slightly
question.
different for each
I
of
I
us.
think
That's
it
very
would be.
different
I think
for
it
us,
would
yeah.
be. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's bands that I feel like were very formative for me that maybe I like don't listen to as much now, but like would be so surreal to play with. Fiddler.
Mm.
That would be.
Yes.
I think I might actually die, because that was like the first like show I went to. I was 18, and I had never been in a mosh pit before, and that I feel like was very formative. So Fiddler, the Chats would be crazy.
Yeah.
Amal and the Sniffers,
Yeah.
or however.
That was Amal.
Yeah.
Is one of mine.
I don't know. That would be like nuts.
Yeah. I would say Amal. My like real goal is to play with Heart to Gold,
Ooh.
which seems
Oh my
like
God, yeah.
it's could be within reach, which is exciting. But I think that's my big goal. I'd love to open for them.
Yeah, that one's. I mean, they're local. It's
I know,
possible.
that's why I'm
it's so close.
And they're like top 5 bands for me, so that would be really cool.
I feel like mine would probably change every month that you
Yeah.
asked me.
Yeah.
But I think right now it would be like us, Teen Mortgage, and Mannequin Pussy would be like
Ooh,
the
Yeah.
that would be
the
so
sickest
good.
lineup.
Yeah.
I would like lose my shit if we
Yes.
There's so
if
many
we
good
got to do that.
Lambrini girls.
Yeah.
Sick.
So good.
Who I'm
Surly Girly opens for
yes, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking there's another band. Is it Bob Villain? I just started listening
Bob Villain
to.
is
Yeah.
They're
good.
so sick.
Mhm.
Yeah, they are.
There's
really sick.
I feel like every day I find new bands that I'm like, oh my god, I would die.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. The Australian and like UK punk scenes are
Oh,
Incredible.
Yeah.
They're really good right now.
Yeah, I'm. We'll see if the episode comes out. I'm still working on it because there's such a crazy time difference from here to Australia that I'm trying to talk to this one band about like setting something up,
Mhm.
but we're 14 and a half hours difference.
Oh my god.
I didn't know.
It's like
A
the
whole
exact
day.
Yeah.
wrong amount of time.
I know, so I'm like, we could do it if like you do it at like 11 o'clock in the morning on your end, and then it's like 9:30 p.m. for me? Like,
Yeah.
does that work?
Yeah.
That's always the tricky thing, because I've done it with a few UK bands. That one's easier.
Mhm.
I remember one time someone like felt bad because they got me like, I was up at like 10 in the morning, and they're like, "We feel so bad, like you're up," and I'm like, I'm in the U.S. Like, we drink beer at like 9 in the morning. Like,
Yeah.
tailgating is a thing. Like, this
It's
is
good.
this is fine.
I feel like it's not a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot the factor of having to drink beer while you're doing it.
Yeah, I
That
didn't
makes
think.
it
Yeah,
really complicated. Someone's gonna be drinking in the morning.
Right? Yeah. And I normally say in the episodes, you don't have to drink because I'll do it for you.
Right.
So it's up to them. But yeah, some of those can be rough.
Do you have a dream podcast band?
Yeah, I think one that I would kill for would be Such Gold. They've been like my favorite band since like forever. I've gotten very close. I was like a tangent off. I had one of their former band members. He's in a new band. I'm blanking on the band name, but I had him on the podcast, so it was like.
nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm
so
one
close.
Yeah,
removed.
I'm like
Yeah.
one removed. He was still part of like the initial EPs that I really love, so I had to like fanboy a little bit during that one.
Nice.
I think that would be really sick. I think Turnstile's the easy answer.
That is
like,
my
that
favorite
would
band.
be insane
Yeah.
to do. I remember I saw Turnstile in like a 400 cap room. It
Oh
was
my
them.
goodness.
Oh my god.
It was them, Story So Far, and Drug Church. Like,
Hell
they
yeah.
only did like a few days together. And I got to talk to like Franz for like a half a second, and I was like so giddy
Just
for
like-
like the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Are you going
Thanks.
when they're here at the Armory?
I want to. I didn't see them the last time they were in town. I don't know. Again, big crowds. I'm like,
Yeah, that's hard.
we'll see
Yeah.
how it goes.
Yeah.
But it'd be pretty sick. Armory's at least a decent enough venue to
Yeah.
watch them.
yeah.
But yeah, that'd be also very sick to
Yeah.
just have a conversation with them, whether it's on this or not.
Yeah.
Jeff Rosenstock is another.
Oh,
That
yeah.
would that would be really
That would
sick.
send you. I also am in a big Viagra Boys phase, and
Yeah.
playing with them would be really, really cool.
All these people are coming, which is cool.
I
Jeff
know.
Rosenstock is coming
Yeah.
and Viagra Boys is coming.
The amount of emails that we send to like all the venues being like, "Hey, is this band looking for local support?" They never are.
No.
But
But
you
we're
know,
going to do it anyway.
but we-
and then one day they will
We'll
be.
send you all the emails.
We're
and
like,
we'll
maybe
keep bugging
us.
them. It could
Yeah.
it could
Perhaps
be us.
us.
Think about
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Who did we just ask for? Who's
Bass
coming?
Drum of Death.
Yeah, we
Oh
just
my God.
asked
I really-
about Bass Drum of Death.
I've never
yeah.
heard of
They're
Oh, they're so
They're
good.
really
Oh my
they're
good.
like
God.
garage rock. They're similar like to the West Coast garage rock energy and like the Australian garage rock stuff, but they're from like Mississippi.
Well, and they're just like it's like one or two guys.
Yeah,
right?
it's like
Is it a
one
duo?
main guy and then the other people kind of swap in and out.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're sick.
It's super like kind of lo-fi,
Yeah.
Okay.
punk. It's like it's really. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's a big inspiration for our sound.
For
so,
sure.
yeah, highly recommend.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What their name reminds me of, like, because their name sounds like they're more insane than I feel like they are. It reminds me of what is it, Eagles of Death Metal, where they're like not actually like a death metal band.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not that heavy. I forgot the story of why they're called that. I think it used to just be the main guy, and he like had a kick drum and he played guitar, and so he called himself Bass Drum of Death.
Mm.
I think that was the story or
That
something
makes
like that.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I know you kind of mentioned it earlier where you had sent, I don't know why I didn't think about these questions earlier and just peppered them in, but this is how it rolls. Beers happen. You talked about how you sent like playlists for kind of each song when you were working on mixing. What were some of like the examples that you kind of gave?
There's a lot of Fiddler on there.
Yeah.
Fiddler,
A lot of
Chats,
Team
A
Mortgage.
lot of Team Mortgage on
Team
there.
Mortgage.
Their sound is really good.
an
Yeah.
Australian band called Skegs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like a surf indie type band from
Yeah.
Australia.
Another Australian band called Split System, who are really good. People should check them out.
Yeah.
I think what else was on there?
I think Bass
I don't
Drum of
know.
Death might have been on there too.
Yeah.
That was like the main. I feel like those first three were the main
Yeah.
three.
And then we also sent our previous EP for a reference because we wanted it to like sound
Yeah.
like that but better.
It also was
You
so
know.
funny because we got the first mixes back and we were like, make it sound worse.
Yeah,
We're
literally.
like, it needs to sound like it was recorded in a trash can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it's still a little too clean.
Yeah.
It's a amazing. I don't think I've heard many bands say make it sound worse. But I get what you're going for. Like obviously there's a specific sound.
Yeah.
If it's too polished, it doesn't make sense for
Yeah.
the style of music you guys are kind of doing. Like I can't remember who I was talking to, or I listened to something and it was just like, you guys are supposed to be a punk band. Like it doesn't sound. It's too polished. It doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like too clean. Yeah, yeah, that definitely happens sometimes, and it's I think it can be hard to like find the balance of that.
Yeah.
Like it's such a specific point where you're like, okay, it's like it's got all this like dirt and fuzz.
Yeah.
But it's like you can still kind of like hear all the instruments, and there's still like enough space and everything. Like it's a little bit of a tricky thing. And I like stuff that's like super lo-fi.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like sometimes to the point where it's like unreasonable.
It's
so
like
I'm,
almost unlistenable,
Yeah.
but
I'm like, Allie, check out this band,
it's just
1-800 Mikey. It's just like static. It's like some guy in his dorm.
sounds like
recording
someone
on his,
recorded
like,
the whole
laptop
thing in like a tin
microphone.
can phone.
It's just like sounds like dog shit.
But Bass Drum of Death, they recorded like their first 2 EPs with one microphone, and it was like a USB microphone.
So funny.
But it's
Yeah.
like it's perfect.
it's
It's
just
how it's
got
meant
that
to be.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you find like a record where it's like a punk record or something like adjacent, but it does have that like just the right amount of shittiness in the recording, you're like, this is the best
Yep.
album that there is, and which kind of leads to the whole like don't over polish a record, because the amount of stuff that I had found like on Bandcamp growing up, I'm just like, oh no, you can tell this is recorded in a basement, and it's worth it.
Yes. Yeah.
Like check this out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
It adds the like flavor. I
Yeah.
feel like.
It's like a thing too. Like I also do like visual art stuff, and like I remember when I was in high school, that was always a big conversation about like, oh, you can't like, you don't want to like overwork something. Like it's so easy to just like work on it and work on it and work on it until it has like no soul left.
Yep.
And so you gotta like leave in some like nasty stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
it's
make it
true.
vibe.
Well, as we start to like kind of wind down here, I do have like one final question for the three of you. I always like to end off these episodes on kind of like a high note. Obviously, y'all have been Mary Jam for quite a while, doing a lot of sick shows, putting out some sick jams. But what has been like your favorite moment that you've got to experience so far from doing Mary Jam?
That's a great question.
That's really hard. Honestly, I feel like our first EP release show together was very special.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first one was just Katie and I, but then when we released 40s for Algernon, that was like, I don't know, it felt like, I don't know.
I felt like we were doing the right.
Yeah,
I
and we
think
were all
we-
together. It felt like, I don't know, that was really cool. That
And
was a really good
yeah.
moment.
It was at Palmer's too, which
Yes.
is like such a, I don't know, that's been like such a special venue for us. That's where I played my first show in my old band too. So, and like, you two have been like playing there, I think.
I mean,
since
I
you
don't
moved
even
here.
know how many
yeah.
shows we've played there at this point.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
we just like have always loved that place, and like people turned out, like just people in the scene like turned out, and it was just so fun. It was such a great show.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
really cool moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't know, what about you guys? Is it different for any of you?
I was just thinking about when we played our second set at that release show, because for some reason we were like, we're gonna have 7. Was it 7 bands?
It was a
We did some
mistake.
crazy shit. We were like, let's have 7 bands, and half of it was gonna be on the patio, but then it rained. But we were like, we're gonna play 2 sets. We're gonna play our real set, and then we're gonna play like a joke set. And we were like, we had like tequila shots, and we were really drunk.
Wasted by the second set.
And it was not good.
It was horrible, and it was
there
like all
nobody
covers.
left
Yeah.
either in the bar. Like everyone had
We
left.
did an instrument swap.
And
And
we did
Yeah.
we can't play each other's instruments.
No.
we can't.
Especially not wasted.
It was really wild.
It was really funny.
Yeah,
That was a good
It was a
moment
really
as
good
well.
moment.
Yeah.
That was very fun.
I feel like for me, the Sincere Engineer show is up there.
That was
Just-
crazy.
That
Because
was
it
up there.
felt, in some way, it was like validating in a way that I don't think I had really experienced before. Because it was like the biggest thing we had
Yeah.
ever done. Oh, you know what? The first time we played 7th Street Entry.
That was what I was going to say, too.
I,
Yeah.
like, loading in through First Ave and then it again felt like we had made it in some way that I hadn't really experienced before. I remember being so thankful, like, we're here, like, we've done this together for so long, and yeah, that was really special.
That was cool because I've been going to shows there since I moved here in, like, 2010, and just have seen so many good bands there, and that's always been, like, kind of my favorite venue in the Twin Cities, I think, just because it's kind of small, and, like, the sound is good, and it just has kind of, like, a more intimate feel, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you can always, like, see the band, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So playing there was, like, a huge bucket list item for me. Yeah,
such an iconic venue. Like, I remember I got to see, I finally went to, like, my first 7th Street show, I think, a year or two ago. My friends and supportive parents were, like, playing. I think Unturned played as well the same night, but it also was, like, my birthday, so it was, like, it felt like it was for me. And then I just got super hammered, as one does. But, you know, it was a great time. Anything that happened afterwards, we don't talk about. But, you know, this has been a great time. We get to chat with the three of you. Hopefully we'll get to do it again in the future when, you know, LP2 or EP3 or whatever.
There's going to be more stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
If anyone's looking for merch, music, or Merry Jam in general, where can they find it?
Bandcamp, but also if you go to our website, you can buy all of our stuff from our website. I mean, if you're tied to Bandcamp, great. But if you go to our website, they don't take any fees because it's our website. So if you want to do that, that's great. Bandcamp's great. We're just at a show. We bring all of our merch and all of our music and everything to our shows. We have vinyl, we have tapes, and too many t-shirt designs because Sophie owns, or co-owns, a wonderful screen printing shop. And yeah.
Also, all the streaming.
Streaming
it's
services,
there. I think
we
we're
are
on all of them or most of them.
Yeah, you can steal it all from YouTube if you still use the YouTube to MP3 converters. Shout out to those.
Rip it off the internet. That's
fine. The quality won't even be worse.
It will sound the same.
That's the benefit
of the trash can
lo-fi
music. But yeah, maryjammusic.com.
Yep.
You know, or Bandcamp, or at a show.
Out in the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, get to a show if you haven't already. I know I'm very much looking forward to the next time I get to see Mary Jam take the stage, and then maybe at some point remember the first time I saw you, because it's gonna bother me until I figure that out. It might have been New Year's Eve. Did you guys play New Year's Eve at?
No, we never played New Year's Eve there, but we do play too many shows. So
especially that first couple years.
Yeah, we've played a lot of shows.
It was wild.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out someday. But depending on where you found this episode, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, or you watch the YouTube version, got to see their lovely faces like I did today. Check the hyperlinks down below. Follow them on all the socials. Be ready for new music, new merch, new shows, tour dates, and go get a copy of the record if you haven't already. One last big thank you to the three of you for stopping by.
Thank you.
And
Thanks for having us.
chatting about your band.
Yeah, this has been sick. I love talking music and mopeds.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, thank you.
Of course. Everyone will follow Mary Jam, and I'll catch everyone on the next episode. See ya. Beers with Bears.